Hello, welcome back to another Lego video. This one's going to be quite a bit interesting because I would like to share my very first Lego set I got ever. Um, I've talked about it a tiny bit on the channel. The main reason why I've never done a video on this set in particular, it would be amazing if I had it, but I don't have it built. That's the problem. See, when I was younger, I traded things like garbage. We got things like destroyed sets, cracked minifigures, instruction manuals that are down the trash. So it's pretty bad. I apologize for the screen keep acting up, or the screen thing. Um, you can see the tripod in the background. Anyway, we are on brickset.com, and this is my very first Lego set I ever got. This is a Star Wars set. It got me down the rabbit hole, you could say. And I'm going to be doing quite a bit of these videos. I think I'm going to do a new series doing digital set reviews. So this is the set, of course. I don't have it in front of me physically, which I would prefer to have. But you know what? I'm going to talk about my memories with this one, what I think about it now, and the figures and the box and stuff, my thoughts. So stick around for this series. And I thought it'd be appropriate to start a new series with the first episode being Jabba's Sail Barge from 2006. Yes, this came out quite a while ago. So here's the story. I was 7 years old, or turning 7. So I was 6, turning 7. We were at Chuck E. Cheese's, and I had a ton of great presents. I got some Star Wars stuff, got some Marvel stuff. It was a great time, had a great, experience. But the biggest thing that came out of that was this Lego set. So my dad bought me this big old set, and it was a big box. I opened it up, and it's this Jabba's sail barge, and it was something called Lego Star Wars. And I'm like, what is this? This is cool. So I go home, I build it, and I get addicted. I play with it for hours. It ends up destroyed, and yeah. Years later, I'm still collecting this, and this was the set that got me into Lego. And I love it. The movie's fantastic. And this is based on the scene in Return the Jedi, kind of the big fight scene aboard the Barge, the battle over the Sarlacc, that kind of thing. I'm having trouble with the screen. Fading out. Anyway, so yeah, it's got tons of minifigs. So this cost about 75 bucks, and this has 781 parts. That's a great price. You don't see Lego sets that are 75 bucks today. It's either 80, 90, 100, 60. So this was one of the best deals back in the day because you got 7 minifigs. You get this big old barge, you got the Sarlacc and the skiff, all for 75 bucks. And I think that's a great deal. And what a first set to get. Obviously, the best figure in this set to me was Boba Fett. Unfortunately, I ended up trading him away for some stupid reason. I don't know why I did that. It was really dumb. Let's just move on. So let's look at the box. It's got the classic Lego Star Wars 2006 design with the Darth Vader, with the silver logo, with the Lego logo. This is set number 6210 back in those days. And it's got a bunch of stuff with it. Let's see if I can get a better picture of the... Wow, it wants to glitch now. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at the back of the box. Wow, this thing does not want to work today. It's one of those days. Okay, come on. Come on. Jeez. I apologize. It's not supposed to go like this. Jeez, okay. We're waiting for the loading screen. That shows my table. Okay, here's the back of the box. Let's see this sucker. No, I don't want to pay for a roof. Okay, where is it? I apologize for this delay. Okay, so here's the back of the box. It's a bit big, but you can see that the barge can open up. You can fit Boba Fett. You can actually fly him off. So there's a feature, there's a cannon. You press it down, Boba Fett goes launching. It didn't always work that well. It worked fine, but yeah, so it basically the whole thing opens up and you've got a deck cannon. You can angle the sails. There's a bunch of features. You got the prison. You can put Han in there. You got Leia on the deck. Can't really see that very well. But you got Princess Leia there in the bikini, scandalous. And you got Boba Fett, that feature I just talked about. And the skiff has the retractable plank. which is pretty sick. And something that they did with Lego Star Wars back in these days was the designers would include alternate builds. So you can see there's a pirate ship. That's pretty epic. You got a mouth creature. That's kind of cool. You could build a Jabba's palace. Now there was two other sets, I believe. I think there was a Jabba's palace and another Jabba set. I didn't get those, but this is definitely the best set of these. And they do show some advertisements for the other sets, like the B-Wing, the A-Wing, the TIE Interceptor, and the Star Destroyer, as well as the Slave 1. That Slave 1 is one of the best ones, I think. My favorite is the 20th anniversary, but that one is one of the stronger ones, especially with the figures and the way it looks. And that's the back of the box. Let's load it up back to the main page, and let's talk about the figures, or if it will let me. I'm gonna have to go to a different website, brickeconomy.com, for the minifigure up close pictures, as it shows my setup here. We'll just wait for a bit as I not go over the beast. Separate video coming. Okay, Jabba's sail barge. Let's see, where are the figures? Let's look at all the figures. So you get 7? I believe you get 7. I have a couple complaints. I mean, I guess I complained that you don't get 3PO. We don't get Chewbacca. And we do not get a lot of guards, but the figures we do get are pretty awesome. So we get Jabba the Hutt, of course. He also came in that palace. This Jabba the Hutt is pretty interesting. We can't see him very well. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit, whatever. So Jabba the Hutt, he's a pretty good figure. He's kind of basic, like he doesn't really move that much. His arms can move, I guess. But yeah, it's cool. I like him, he's great. You got Boba Fett, we'll talk about him in a little bit. We get Han and Lando. Lando was unique to this set because he has the skiff guard like disguise. That's really cool. I still have that helmet. That's like one of the few remaining pieces of this that I have still. That's a great helmet piece. Great figure. Great, cool torso too. It's really cool. So I love that Lando. He is unique to this set. We get Luke Skywalker in his Jedi garb. Pretty basic, but it's a good figure. Pretty good. We'll talk about Leia in a little bit. R2, the only thing that's new about him is his tray table. Just a basic 2x4 plate with some drinks. Still pretty cool. It's still cool. I mean, it's R2. I mean, come on. Han is interesting. He's unique to the set, apparently, and he was fine. He's so boring. He's so basic. Like, his torso is so lame. His face is even lame. Like, he's not that great, but he's fine. And then the Gamoran guard is pretty cool. Again, you only get 1. What's with the 1 in each of these sets? Like, give us more, but let's talk about the 2 best figures. Princess Leia in the slave bikini. I mean, come on. It's not a bikini, but you know what I mean. So slave outfit. Slave Leia. It's awesome. It's still awesome. Unfortunately, mine is beat up and cracked and just ruined. But you know what? It was great at the time. I'm still surprised that LEGO made this, because this is probably one of the most risque figures that they've ever made. Okay, that's a thing. I apologize for the stupid screen going like that. Princess Leia, great figure. This one's apparently worth $41.94. So this one, it does only come in this set. And the big one, big boy, Boba Fett. My first Boba Fett ever. And unfortunately, I traded him away. I gave away his pieces for some reason. Still an awesome figure. Now, this is not the Boba Fett from the Cloud City. That one has all the arm printing, the fancy detailing. I think it's a great figure. He's got the helmet with the jetpack together. He's got the armor. Obviously, the Boba Fetts today are just, like, ridiculously better. But this one's cool. It's worth $62. So, pretty good. A lot of great values with these figures. If we were to get all these together, it would be pretty costly. Especially with that Jabba being $35. That one's, it's not great, but it's good. Like, it's good for the time. I would say that for all these figures. I think the best one is the Leia in the slave outfit, then the Boba Fett, then the Lando. Those are the best figures to me. I was kind of disappointed when I got it. It does not come with, 3PO or Chewie or any other guards or bounty hunters or anything. So that was kind of lame, but overall, it's a pretty good selection. Let's take a look at the set itself, which has 3 different components to it. Let's wait for this load as I knock over Cinderella now. Give me 1 second. Okay. We're just gonna go off of one big image for this one. So here it is. If I can zoom in a little more. So here it is. Here's the whole set. You get the Sarlacc, which is really cool. It's kind of smaller. It's more for display, but it's still really good. Then you get the skiff vehicle, which is great. I do have an updated skiff vehicle. It's so good. And then the sail barge itself is the big boy. And I can say for sure, this is one of the coolest builds, just in general for LEGO Star Wars, because it's not a ship. It's a hover vehicle. So it's kind of like a cruise ship, but on the sand, kind of, if that makes sense. So you got the sails, which are unique to the set. And what I like at the front is you got these boat pieces that are normally, going up, but LEGO did a pretty clever technique where they flip the boat pieces downward to give it that look from the film. And I have still never seen something quite as cool as that technique. It's really cool. I like all the railing. You got all these opening pieces, like you got Jabba's kitchen, you got the prison that, lowers and you can put prisoners in there. And of course, Jabba's main area where you can stick Leia and him, and you can open all this up. The one thing I will say is the barge is kind of fragile. Like, it's not the most stable thing because you have, like, this back section is the worst part of it. It looks fantastic, but when you're playing with it, it doesn't really hold up because they're only connected with like 1 or 2 studs. So if you move it or try to like just push it along, those pieces kind of tend to break off. And that was kind of a big problem. There's actually not that many stickers, there's like, it's really on the side of the barge, like these like striped stickers with the windows. I think those are pretty much the only stickers on this, which is nice. Got one on the skiff, and then that's it. And then speaking of the skiff, what I like about that is it's kind of floating above the sand. I like the plank that comes out. It's got some room for figures. It's obviously not really, it's not a great size because it's kind of smaller because the barge is the big thing that you're building. But honestly, it's great. I've seen this set on display, built, and it is such a great set still. Even if it doesn't come with all the figures I would have wanted, for the price, you're getting a lot. It's great. And then you've got the Sarlacc, which is honestly really good. It still looks amazing to this day. Obviously, this one's more for display. It does have a feature where you can turn the mouth and you can like chomp it. That's it. But it's great. You got the teeth. I love how they did the teeth with these headlight pieces in dark brown going around, and you got the white like tooth pieces for the teeth. It just looks really good. And you got the surrounding pit area. Looks pretty cool. I love that. It looks great. And this set, that's it. That's the set. It's great. It does hold up pretty well, especially because around this time, LEGO Star Wars was transitioning from yellow skin tone to flesh, and so that really helped it not look as dated. So yeah, this is a great set. I'm a big fan still. I really like the updated skiff, or the updated Jabba sail barge set, but it's a bit weaker, just to me, because it doesn't come with as much. But this is still one of the best sets in my opinion. It's got great playability. You can like do a bunch of action scenes and stuff, and it looks really nice. I would hope that they would make another one like similar to this. I think it would definitely cost more, definitely in the 100 range, just because of like inflation and pieces and stuff and figures. So it's one of the best sets. It's one of my favorite sets personally that I have. Even though it's not built, I still remember the memories that I had of getting it and building it and having a great time. It's one of my most important sets in my collection, I think. And because it started it all. It's the one that started it, And what a first set to get, a big old play set, That's great. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's kind of a bit of a story time in between there. Sorry for this dumb screen thing. I need to fix that. Anyway, Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what your first Lego set ever was, and what do you think of this Jabba sail barge? Do you think they should remake it? Do you think they should keep it as is, with the 2013 remake? Let me know what you think. Yeah, that's it for this one. Stay tuned for more episodes in the future. Some of these will be longer, some will be shorter. Just depends on what I have to say about them. But I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you later.